Did you miss me? 'Cause I know I missed you. Wow, that sounded really creepy. So, Guardians of the Galaxy recently came out in theaters this month, and I went and saw it in on opening weekend with in IMAX 3D with reserved seating, so I felt kind of fancy. You know, I had that Iggy Azalea song playing in my head. I was literally thinking, I'm so fancy. You already know I'm in the fast lane from LA to Tokyo. My choir teacher is completely impressed right now. Thank you. But, you know, I honestly think it was a wonderful movie, and that is all I have to say on the subject. This movie was awesome. It kicked massive ass. I loved this movie. Oh god, it was beautiful. God, I could use so many words, but I can't honestly think of them right now because I am just blown away at how amazing this movie was. I honestly think that this is one of Marvel's best movies to date. Uh-huh. I said it. Sue me. So about the movie in general, it was aesthetically pleasing. It was beautiful to look at. I loved watching that. I loved watching this movie. To just the coloring of the movie was wonderful. The it was the CGI was wonderful. The shots were amazing. There were points in the movie where it'd be an epic action scene and it'd just go slow mo for about 2 seconds and then go back to regular speed, and it felt like you were a comic book was literally coming to life in front of your eyes, and it was beautiful to watch. And also, the dialogue was amazing. I loved the dialogue. It was hilarious. I loved listening to these characters and how they had their own inside jokes, and it was it was like a wink wink type thing, which is what normal people would have with their friends. There was a point in the movie where Gamora was talking to Quill about Kevin Bacon, and that was like their inside joke. And I was thinking, this is how me and my friends are. Me and my friends, we have this inside joke, be the weed. And if any of my friends are watching this, be the weed, baby, be the weed. That's weird for people who don't know me. I'm just gonna cut that part out. But you know, they had inside jokes. They had little wink winks, nudge nudges, hardy har har type things that normal friends would have. And it was wonderful to watch and wonderful to listen to, and thinking, I can relate to that. Which is weird for a superhero movie because you're not supposed to relate to the characters. They're superheroes. You don't know what it's like to have a superpower. You don't know what it's like to have been frozen for 40 years. Or however long Captain was frozen for. 60 years. That is better math there. Blonde roots, tickling brain. You know, you're not supposed to relate to them. But here, you're relating to a bunch of aliens and a talking raccoon and a tree that says 3 words. You know, and it was fun. It was a fun movie. And it just, the characters, they grew together. There was a thing about Guardians of the Galaxy that I love, is the fact that these people, these misfits, are meant to be together. They are meant to be a fighting group together, whereas the Avengers, they can come together, but they can also go apart and they can deal with their own franchises and deal with their own stuff. Whereas the Guardians have to be together. They have to fight together. This is what they're meant to do. They are meant to be together. But you see them coming together as a group, and you see their overall development together while also seeing their overall development as individuals, which is amazing to watch because, you know, because Quill develops, and then Rocket develops, and Drax develops, and Gamora develops, and Groot's just adorable. I love Groot. But then they also develop together as a team. In the beginning of the movie, they pretty much all hate each other except for Rocket and Groot, who are the twosome. They pretty much all hate each other. They don't want anything to do with one another. And then they're breaking out of a prison together. And then they're saving the others from possibly being killed by Ravagers. And then the end of the movie, Groot sacrifices himself for the other Guardians. And then Quill is taking the burden of the Infinity Stone in his hand, which a normal human should not be able to do. I mean, it killed the pink chick back on Nowhere. Why isn't it killing Quill? We don't know. We'll figure it out later. But he takes it, and the others are so worried about him that they take the burden with him. So Gamora takes his hand, and Drax takes his hand, and then Rocket takes Drax's hand, and then all four of them are sharing the burden of the Infinity Stone together, that it equalizes it so much that they are able together to defeat Ronan. And it was glorious to watch. Just the effects and the way it worked. James Gunn, I love you. But there were also moments in this movie where it was just laughable. I laughed so much during this movie with "they got my dick" message and "I will not succumb to your pelvic sorcery." There were lines that made you want to laugh out loud because these people aren't like us, and it's fun to watch from an outside perspective. And I was just loving it. God, it was beautiful. I was able to laugh with these characters, cry with these characters. Oh, it was beautiful. I was crying by the end of this movie. I was crying by the end of it. It was a glorious movie. I absolutely loved it. A few things I also loved about this movie. Blue Lee Pace booty. Thank you. Chris Pratt's 5-minute abs. I don't care what anybody says. That scene was completely necessary. Completely. A few other things I want to know is now I'm wondering more about these characters. Like Nebula, where did she go? She's obviously still alive. That's not a good thing. Who's Quill's father? Somebody call Maury, because I want to know who the hell this man's father is. What was up with Howard the Duck just appearing at the end of the movie? Is he going to have some progression in later movies, maybe? I don't know. Maybe Howard the Duck is Quill's father. Ooh. That'd be a fun story. This, Quill, is how I met your mother. I really hope that one doesn't take 9 years. Hey, Colby Smulders. So, like the normal fangirl I am, that was a weird voice crack. So, like the normal fangirl I am, I have been on Tumblr and I've been surfing through the Guardians of the Galaxy tag, and I found a few interesting things. Specifically, hashtag Woobify Ronin 2014. What? So apparently there's this person who wants to is basically viewing Ronin as a good guy. Huh? So I was on Tumblr, and I found their post. I'm not giving the name because, oh God, it was weird. It's weird. Just listen to this. The real villains of Guardians of the Galaxy are Thanos, Gamora, and Peter Quill. Thanos manipulates Ronin and preys on his desire for revenge. Gamora betrays Ronin without even thinking to talk to him. She just assumes she knows him. How much horror could have been avoided if she had? Peter Quill, asshole white guy who thinks he knows someone, and here a man of color, is without ever... That sentence just doesn't make sense, first of all. Let me try that again. Asshole white guy who thinks he knows who someone is without ever talking to him, without caring about what Ronin has been through. Literally, how do we even know that planet was worth saving if anyone had thought to treat Ronin like a human being, parentheses, Kree being? They might have found out their precious planet wasn't so great. Hashtag Woobify Ronin 2014. What? I am sorry. Ronin is not Loki, okay? We don't know Ronin's backstory. If Ronin does have a tragic backstory, great. I want to know about it. You know, maybe I'd understand him more. But from what we understand in this movie, in this movie's universe, is Ronin is basically an evil guy who wants to commit genocide on a planet. Because doesn't like the way this planet acts. He's not some hurt man who's has a tortured soul. He wants to kill people for no reason whatsoever. Like, what is going through your head that makes you think that Peter Quill and Gamora are the assholes? I mean, I completely agree with Thanos being the bad guy. I don't think that Thanos manipulates Ronan, because in the movie Ronan straight up said, "I've got the Infinity Stone. I don't need you. I'll go kill these people by myself." Damn screen. And of course, and Gamora does know Ronan. How long has Gamora been working with Ronan? A few years? She obviously knows who he is as a person, so she's gonna betray him because he's a complete dickhead. And Quill is going off of what everybody else says and the stories that he has heard, and he has basically summed it up in his head that that Ronan is a bad guy. And we as an audience know it. I don't know what's going through your head, but I also found another post by this person. Here we go. Is there anyone who really loves Ronan, though? Nebula and Thanos are just using him. His family is dead. Okay, I'll give you that one. The Kree won't condemn or support him. He's all alone. Do you see the confusion in his eyes when he is confronted by Peter's dancing? Everyone in my theater was laughing, but I cried. He's so isolated and grown so cold to protect himself. The simple act of dancing is foreign to him. My poor blue prince. I don't think the act of dancing is foreign to him. I think it's the idea that he basically just said, "I'm gonna blow up your planet. I'm gonna destroy you. I'm gonna kill you. Why are you dancing?" I don't think what is going through. It's completely ludicrous. Anyway, getting back on the subject of this movie, I absolutely loved this movie. I recommend it immensely. Go see this movie if you haven't already. Go see it twice. Go bring your friends if you want to. Bring your date if they're into that kind of stuff. Go with your family. That's what I did. Just go see this movie. Go see this movie. It is amazing. I loved this movie. What? Whoopify Roman 2014. He's not Loki. Oh my gosh. I love the internet. You know what to do. I've got the links down in the description bar that you can click. Go check me out on Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram. You know, you can follow me on all those things. You can subscribe, you can hit like, you can comment, you can let me know what you thought. Let me know if you want me to read a book and review it, or, you know, something. Just let me know what you want me to do. You know, I'm a people pleaser. I'll do what you want. Thanks for watching. Bye. Doctor Who premieres on Saturday. #Whovian. Yes. Oh, dear Lord.